Okay, here we go, motherfuckers. My name is Pryianka. I'm from Toronto. The most interesting thing about me is that I am gay, and yep, that's what you should know. And one thing I know for sure is I am sweating really, really badly, and I smell like cheese. I identify as a drag queen icon extraordinaire. My pronouns when I'm in drag is she, her, but when I'm out of drag, it's he, him. Best of both worlds, Hannah Montana. I honestly just suppressed it so good that I made myself so busy with trying to get this big TV job. I wanted to be a big TV star. So I just focused on that and didn't have to worry about my sexuality. So before I came out, I was honestly okay until I fell in love with a man. And that's when my whole world got. I know the exact moment. So growing up, okay, we get it. I like the Spice Girls. I would have Pussycat Doll concerts in my bedroom, but even then, I still didn't really know or care what gay was. And people would call me gay, but I just thought that they were just being mean. But it wasn't until I was in college and I had a girlfriend, and she was so sweet and she loved me so much. And I loved her, but more in a friend way, of course. And I was working out at the gym because yeah. And I remember going into the change room and seeing this man. He took off his shirt in front of me so casually. And I literally was like, okay, sums up. Something's up. Something's up here because I feel all sorts of things. I think I might be gay, but I'm gonna tell myself that I'm bi, but we're just gonna hide that thought. And I'm just gonna say that I must feel this way because I'm jealous of the way he looks. Yeah, that's it. I want to look like him, which is why I feel this way. But really what that feeling was that I'm gay. Ooh. Well, I eventually came out after years and years of dating around and finding myself. I think before I made any decisions about my sexuality, I really just like felt it out and tried to figure it out. And I was so focused on getting this whole TV thing going that when I finally ended up on kids TV, I had to face this closeted demon and be like, okay, I see you looking at me and I'm looking at you. Now that my dreams have come true, I now have to, come out. So it took me a few years, but I decided to come out after like I had 2 closeted boyfriends to my family because I needed to feel that weight lifted off my shoulder to finally feel like people in my life knew about me because I was so sick of lying to everybody. Oh, ooh, ah. Being a drag queen for me is something that I never saw would happen in my life ever, 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 ever. So when I had when I had a drag queen named Ecstasy Love perform at my birthday party, she said I should do drag. But even then, when she said it, I was like, I'm willing to try this because I'm trying to find what my, other thing is outside of TV. So it wasn't until I hit the stage a couple times at Cruisin' Tangos during their version of a drag race where I was like, okay, so drag is something that I need to be doing because I've never been this happy ever, ever. My mom's reaction was very like, yep, that's cool. Go get your money, get your bookings. I'll come see you. But it wasn't until this last Pride that just passed that she actually told me how she felt about it all. Now, at this time, she knew I was on Canada's Drag Race. The show was about to come out. So there's a bunch of success behind, my life as a drag queen. She said when she first saw me that she was like, oh my God, I am praying that this is just a phase. He looks so bad. What's going on? And I get it. As a mother, it must have been hard to see her son dress up as a woman. But not only that, just like an unpolished performer in comparison to people who I was competing against that night. Like Juicebox was there, so people like that. And then I was up next and my mom was like, help. But she still, clapped her hands and cheered me on and educated herself about what drag is to understand it. So I came out to her first, and she now is my biggest fan. My daddy, well, don't we all have daddy issues? Come on. I finally came out to my dad this year. I used the beautiful, beautiful show that is Canada's Drag Race to launch my courage to tell him that I'm gay. And it made sense because Drag Race is such a popular mainstream show. He was like, yep, that makes sense. You're going to do that. I don't know why. But my mom was there kind of mediating the conversation, saying like, the thing is he's good at it. So like, we're going to support him. My dad was like, okay, cool. It's weird for him. I'm sure it is. But time heals all, and he's educating himself, and he still treats me the exact same way. I love you, Daddy. Bracing yourself for everyone's reactions. Your closest friends will say, well, we all knew, or they'll be shocked. But I was just so worried that the friends that I thought supported me would turn on me, and then I would be left alone. You hear all these horror stories about people being abandoned, beat up, and killed for coming out, and I was like, that could be me. I'm no exception just because I live in Canada. This could be me. It's very, very scary having to come out to your family and to your friends, but I did it. I'm fine, and I have a giant wig on my head. The challenges that I had coming out were very small. I won't lie to you. I lived my life so unapologetically that even if someone did have a problem with it, I didn't give a shit. My mom was like, listen, when you walk into a room and you want a job, don't say you didn't get a job because you're brown. Don't say you didn't get a job because you're this. Don't say you didn't get a job because of that. Walk into the room as an equal and be unapologetic. So that applied for when I came out to people, that applied to when, you know, I became a drag queen, when I competed against drag queens, when I was on Canada's Drag Race. It all kind of made sense for me to be unapologetic in those moments, because I was like, I'm happy with who I am, so I don't want someone to make me feel like shit about it. They say live your life without any regrets, whoever they are. For me, I think that I wish I told my parents, especially my dad, earlier about my sexuality, but because I kind of positioned myself to be so busy all the time, we didn't have a lot of those conversations. So I don't know. I just wish that I lived more of my life as an out and proud gay man, because I do feel like I missed out on a lot of things. But with that said, I'm pretty happy now. So if you're single, date me. You're not the only one. Stop being so selfish. No, I'm just kidding. I think that whenever you're sitting in your room and your stomach is in knots because you know you're gay, but you're trying to convince yourself that you're not, know that that feeling is normal, and know that your feelings are valid. And whoever you want to come out to first, it doesn't matter as long as they make you feel comfortable. If you want to live your life only out to a specific amount of people, that's totally fine, because you have to create a community around you where you feel safe and you can be your most authentic self. So call me, I guess. I'll help you out. It's an art form. It's not about the attention. It's not about the followers. It's not about any of that crap. It's about whether or not it makes your heart beat. And if it sets your soul on fire, that's when you know you should do drag. Try it, learn, be nice to other people around you, other drag queens, and learn from them. Find a mentor if you can. But know that you can do drag if you want to do drag. But my one piece of advice is do it for the right reasons. Oh, I love that question so much. You know, when I first came out, my whole thing was like, I didn't choose to be gay. Whatever, this is not my fault I'm gay. But I love being gay. It's so fun. I get to, like, you know, hang out with hot boys. Be just like, I don't know, I couldn't even imagine being straight. It's the only purpose for straight people is that they made gay people. Truly. I don't see any other purpose for them. I am so fortunate to have an entire world of an audience watching my journey on Canada's Drag Race. You don't get that. That doesn't happen. You don't get people messaging you, telling you that you inspire them and that because of you they've come out, or have people wearing your face on their t-shirt. That doesn't happen, and that makes me so proud that I'm so lucky to have this audience. I love you, everybody.
My greatest drag strength is the ability to make my audience feel in on the party.